So we are almost all back. It will be very short because we will just give you the instructions for the group work. So you won't stay in these same seats for too long. So the introduction to this data-driven journey. What we tried to do was like kind of a very small prototype exercise of what it looks like when you use these sort of approaches to collaboration. And for doing that, we did a couple of things. So one, we wanted to be challenge-driven too. So we identified from the UNDP Sustainable Development Goals 4 broad areas that fit really well in the clean tech industry in Denmark. And we generated specific challenges within it. So the 4 UNDP development goals, sustainable development goals that we identified was 1, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, promote sustainable industrialization, and responsible consumption and production. So they have numbers here because, in fact, these development goals are numbered from 1 to 17. So you can also look them up in detail in the UNDP website. But so that's one thing. About group formation, so you will realize that you have badges that have different colors and icons. This is because we assign you already to one of these 4 challenges. We had a lot of constraints because, of course, the number of people that we have here and the number of challenges, matching was not trivial, but one of the tricks that we used was that I picked up from the websites, when there was a website in your description, all the text, and when you didn't have, sometimes your LinkedIn, and then I put that in a sort of machine learning algorithm that allowed me to compare text similarities. So I was able to cluster you based on how similar were the descriptions of your different companies of the text that I could draw from there. So that was one way of creating the groups. But as we spoke here, there are other variables that we need to take in consideration. So I also took in consideration some ideas about diversity of the different organizations within. And of course, sometimes you need to balance the team. So it might be that a few of you are matched to a group where you see, well, I'm not sure why I'm here, but definitely it increased diversity, and therefore it increased the possibility of finding solutions out of the box. So that's also very good. In terms of the specific instructions for your group work, I will ask you first to briefly introduce yourself to your small group, explain why you think you were assigned to this challenge and how you might contribute to its solution. So we understand the pool of knowledge, of know-how that we have at our disposal for that particular challenge. And second, we will provide you an A3 paper with a couple of network graphs, and you can use that and what we heard today and what you already know from your background to explore this Danish clean tech technology landscape, and based on the characteristics of your challenge, discuss strategies to identify organization and technologies areas that could be suitable collaboration partners. So here, the idea is that, of course, if your challenge is about somehow related with energy, you might look to energy areas and energy subsectors, but I want also you to think about related areas in the boundaries of energy, and you will have the map, so you will be able to see a bit and have a peek about which things are around your particular core area in the challenge. Just to give you an idea, this is the graph that you will obtain. Is somehow readable. The size of the nodes, it just reflects how many companies are connected to that node, so it gives you an idea of how much there is of that particular subsector. The colors are the different sectors as defined in the State of Green dataset. So you will be able to say, okay, if I am working in resource efficiency, what is around, which sort of companies can I start thinking in the other areas? In the actual online tool, when we produce it, you will be able to see all the names and to search and to do zoom in and zoom out. But this is kind of the sketchy way of going about that. So just to give you one example, because you will have this brief with you, but if we look at the guys that have and the girls that have their badges that are blue, that is clean water and sanitation. The particular challenge is the development of more affordable and rapidly scalable water treatment technologies for human water consumption. So you need to think, well, if I am in this space, what sort of things might be useful to really step up the game? We are usually thinking here in more kind of disruptive, radical innovation, so you push a bit the boundaries. And I just want you to discuss these sort of things. We will have, for these 40 minutes, and we have 4 different areas. So in the room, you will see that there are these markers. So the group A that has the yellow kind of sun there will meet in this side of the room. Then we have the B that has the orange thing with the cubes over there. You can push the chairs if you want or use the landscape. It's up to you. Then we have the group that has kind of the infinite symbol over there in the meeting room. You will see the icon, and then there is a lounge over there with the water challenge. So if you just group together, we will give you the material, and we will also, the organizers have this red badge that doesn't have any icon, and we will move around. So also, if you have questions or ideas, we will be able to hear from them. So that's it. We have also still some coffee and tea if you want to grab on the way to your groups, and there are croissants and some fruit salad. And then we will have the plenum, and we will call you back in after 40 minutes. Yes?
For the third group, the industrialization part, could you say a couple of words about what the challenge is for that one? Because I'm a bit unsure.
Yeah, well, you will receive it
okay,
in text. So, but yeah, I don't want to spoil the fun.